with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
All right, a lot of questions about the Paw-Sox game tonight. More on that in just a second. Let's show you live Pinpoint Doppler 12. We have rain exactly where we do not want it, right up the I-95 corridor from Westerly into Coventry and Warwick, represented by this yellow, which is the heavier rain. Now the green, that's where you're seeing some of the lighter rain right now. I want to take you a little bit closer. And notice how we have some of this patchy yellowness now showing up around Providence, indicating some of those heavier showers. And if you're in, say, Cumberland along 295, you may start to see your rainfall rates pick up just a little bit as this batch of heavier rain starts to move to the north and east. And it's just going to be that type of day where at times the rain lets up and at other times it really starts to come down. Now you can see what happens through the late afternoon where we do have the evening commute going. Not a good time of it. Certainly things will be slow. As we head towards the evening, this is around 8 p.m., notice things become a lot more scattered. So do not assume that the Paw-Sox game is rained out. It may be delayed a little bit, but I do see some let up with the showers as we go deeper into the evening. Doesn't mean you're going to have a beautiful day, and certainly before the game starts, the tarp will be needed, and it will be a wet time of it. But we may get the game in once we get into the later part of the evening. And as we go deeper into the night, you can see a few showers still possible. Another cold front pushes through. That may lead to a few isolated showers, even heavier downpours overnight. And this is Friday evening, where it will be dry. So most of Friday actually ends up rain-free. You may get a shower or two very early on Friday morning. So what to expect for today? 1 to 2 inches of rain generally, a slow evening commute, and remember, 2 hands on the steering wheel, south gust between 35, 45, even 50 miles an hour possible, and that will lead to at least the chance of a few isolated power outages out there. Oakland Beach, certainly wet. You can see the raindrops on the lens, and a coastal flood advisory in effect through this evening. During our high tide cycle, when you combine high tide with the very strong winds coming in out of the southeast, that's where you can get some minor splash over here at the coast. So that's something we'll be on the lookout for as we head into the later part of this afternoon and the evening. We also have raindrops on the lens here in Providence. Temperature is 52. Winds are out of the south at 11 miles an hour. The wind advisory doesn't actually start until around 2 in the afternoon. That's when the core of this energy really moves on through. You can see the rain kind of in 2 batches. Batch number 1 to deal with for the next several hours. If you have plans to head out on your lunch break, certainly expect to be driving through some puddles. Take the umbrella with you. Here is this batch number 2. This is ahead of a cold front, and this will kind of squeeze through this evening. That's why we do leave the rain in the forecast off and on all the way through at least this evening. Notice what happens to our temperatures. At least we have a milder afternoon compared to yesterday. Upper 50s, some places around 60, whereas down across the south coast a little milder with those winds coming in out of the southwest. Then notice what happens if we do get this game in and you're out there very late this evening, 11 p.m. Notice what happens. We're behind the front, and then the temperatures do start to drop quite a bit into the 40s during the wee hours of Friday morning. Now, of course, there's Saturday to talk about. We are watching this system, which will pass just to our south. We are becoming confident about timing. This will be a nighttime event with rain during the late afternoon, but in terms of the chance of snow, it would be Saturday night through Sunday morning, most of which will fall during once the sun is set. So that's when we can get accumulations, and that's why we're also confident that it does look like it will be cold enough for some snow. What is still in question is how close does that center of low pressure actually come? If it comes closer, then we're talking about a few inches of accumulation. If it misses offshore, then not much at all late Saturday night into Sunday morning. So we'll be looking at more data for the Saturday night time frame, but here's the forecast for now. Afternoon rain showers changing to snow and then ending by dawn on Sunday. And that's the good news with Sunday. We don't get snow during the day. The bad news, it's cold, 43, partly sunny. And then we do bring in some showers and some milder temperatures by Tuesday and Wednesday. You know, Danielle, it's just not a very pretty looking 7-day Futurecast. We just have to admit that right now.
And we'll just try to plow through it as best we can.
As best we can.
All right. Thanks, Pete. Now we want to take a look